Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. Today we're going to be talking about box sets, Blu-ray box sets, one of my favorite things. Collect a lot of Blu-rays, got a bunch of them back there, and I'm finally going to be digging into them today with one of my very favorite people. This guy also collects a lot of movies, probably more than me. I don't think we've ever actually compared collections, but this is a great guy, student of film, a general just lover of film, all the way from Portland, Oregon, Connor Nielsen.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for that very nice introduction.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, do you have a number on your collection? Because I've actually
I don't.
On Letterboxd, I have a list that's just a running update of what I own. And I think as far as movies go, I'm a little over 700 now.
Okay, I'm probably around there. I need to do a count. I've never done... I used to track my collection on a different app, and I never switched it over to Letterboxd when I started using that. So I'll have to do it. I'll have to count them up, and we'll see. It's at least around there, if not a little bit more. But yeah, this is it, man. This is Connor Nielsen. He first of all, follow him on Letterboxd, like we just talked about, and YouTube at Connor Nielsen on both of those, right?
Yes, yeah. I pretty much just keep it my name wherever I go to make it easy. That's Connor with an E. And Ielsen. I got those three problem areas in my name, and
yeah, it's actually kind of tricky. I was trying to add you to my channels on my new channel page, and I could not spell your name for the life of me. I put an O, and then I spelled it O-N. So
yeah, I mean it's the Danish last name spelling, it's the Irish first name spelling of Connor. It's just a mess, but yeah, but not very many people have my name, so that makes it kind of work out.
That's good. So. There are several The Welders on YouTube, which is not helping my
well, I think you'll have some luck in the future.
Hopefully, maybe once I have a video, I'll actually show up in the search feeds. So
that would probably help, I think.
All right. Well, today we're talking about box sets, Blu-rays, our favorite Blu-ray releases. I don't know if all of yours are box sets. We haven't talked about that, but most of mine are special box sets. We're talking about everything: movies, TV, single movies, collections of movies, anything goes. We're just going to talk about our favorites. We're going to go through our top 10. But first, let's start with a few honorable mentions, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. You want to begin?
Yes, sure.
I know you have more than I do, so...
Yeah, this was proving to be very, very difficult because some of these look cool, and some of them, I like the bonus features, but the packaging aren't quite up to snuff. But there's still something I want to give a mention to. So a lot of these are kind of combined. So the first chunk of honorable mentions are just criterions that didn't quite make the cut. So this is. America Lost and Found, the BBS story. This includes 7 films, and it's about one of the premier independent studios that kicked off the new Hollywood era. They did Easy Rider, 5 Easy Pieces, Last Picture Show, etc. And it's all included in this 7-film box set, which is the only way to get the Last Picture Show on Blu-ray. And the whole thing does have this really cool kind of old-time has this old-time kind of worn-out mid-century kind of look to it, and that is exactly my aesthetic. I love the look of that. The other one I wanted to do was a recent pickup I got, which is the 1932 film Vampire. This is a Danish film. Pretty standard for Criterion, but it comes with this booklet called Writing a Vampire. And this not only includes the entire screenplay, it includes the short story that inspired the film. So it is a very thick booklet.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, that comes with it. And then the last Criterion I want to show you is another pretty recent pickup I got, which is this thing called David Lean Directs Noel Coward. David Lean is one of the most important filmmakers of the 20th century. He made Lawrence of Arabia and Bridge on the River Kwai. And in this includes one of his biggest earlier films, Brief Encounter. But this is his first 4 films. And what's cool about this design is that along the sort of edge of this, you have these 4 colors running around it, and then those correspond with the 4 films that are in the set. I just thought that was a really cool design. And
yeah, that's cool.
So those are like the criterions I didn't quite include. I have this, which is a Close Encounters of the Third Kind. You're going to have to edit this down because it does have this cool thing where you click it, it lights up, and it makes the little chime. And it will do this for a while.
You're going to get us copyright striked. Does it do? It's the actual piano from the movie?
Yes. Yeah, it has that little chime playing.
That's so cool. I had never even heard of that set. I need to get that set. I love that movie.
Yeah, and then these next 2 are ones that are really cool because they're sort of fold out. They have this little fold out feature, and that is the 40th anniversary of Apocalypse Now, and they put out, this is a 4K set. This is with the final cut, but it includes the original cut, the Redux, and the final cut, as well as the documentary Hearts of Darkness. All of that is on 4K and on Blu-ray with this, and it just has this really cool art along that is in this gatefold set.
That's beautiful.
So I like that, and then another one of these things is this 3rd season of Twin Peaks, which has a really cool sort of way of opening. And, Kyle MacLachlan has multiple roles in this. And so you kind of get a little flavor of that no matter where you're going with this. I don't want to open this one up because it has a lot of discs. And I would be like opening it up wide. But this sort of has that same sort of gatefold kind of look. I did not include these on my list because I have something kind of similar that I think is even a little bit better. The next honorable mentions are these franchise box sets from the early 2010s that I think were really cool because they were doing these sort of booklet things for a while. This is the Indiana Jones Complete Adventures and the Alien Anthology, and both of these have this really cool booklet that they come in, and you open it up, and it has the different films, and yeah, I don't know. I just think it's a very neat set, and when they put this out, they actually included alternate versions for all of the films. So there are like extended cuts, etc., for all of them. So, and this is the first for the original Alien franchise before they did like AVP and like Prometheus and stuff like that. And then the last ones are just very simple. This is another criterion that didn't quite make the cut. It's The Killing. I just think that the overall design for this, like the inner splash, the disc, and like the booklet all have this really cool kind of drawn art style that I think really works for the film. It's my favorite Kubrick. Not his best movie, I'm not arguing that, but it's my favorite. It's awesome. I know you're not much of a Steelbook guy, but this Shout Factory, or I guess I should say Scream Factory release of Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, I think is probably my favorite one that I own, just because I think the artwork is particularly cool. So I like that. And then lastly, this is one I'm honestly kind of heartbroken that I just couldn't find room for on my list, but it is this 30th anniversary Blade Runner set. This thing is amazing. It has all 5 versions of the film on 3 different discs, as well as Dangerous Days, the making of Blade Runner, which is a 3.5 hour long documentary. And it even has, and I like the interior where you have like all of these storyboards and like other like kind of concept art along it. And then on the inside you get a lot of Sid Mead's visual, his art that really influenced the look of Blade Runner more than anything. The only reason it's not on here is because I'm not really a fan of the cover. It's just the origami unicorn, and on the back it's just Rick Deckard picking up the origami unicorn. Not really crazy about that, but that set I have gotten my money's worth out of, and it is out of print and worth a lot of money now, and I got it for $20, which makes me feel pretty good. So that's my
awesome
glut of honorable mentions. So yes, that's that. What do you have, DJ?
All right, I will go ahead and go with my honorable mentions. First thing I'm going to mention, which wasn't really ever on my list, but I just wanted to talk about these, and I might talk about these in greater detail in the future. But have you ever seen the premium collection digibooks? These babies?
Whoa, I've not.
We need to, if we don't, because I didn't pick any digibooks for this video. We might have to talk about digibooks separately because I have a lot of them, including the King Kong original film on digibook that I have. But these are awesome. They have slipcovers, these clear slipcovers, and then the digibooks themselves are just gorgeous. I have the Incredible Hulk one of these. I have the Batman Begins one and the Sherlock Holmes one up there. The insides are just kind of a book. But the outside's really nice. It says L'Incroyable Hulk because these are French editions, but I really like those. I'd like to get more of those. There's an Iron Man one too that I don't have. And then the other set that I wanted to show are these Real Heroes. You've probably seen these at least. These we got them as steelbooks in the US, but these are the UK versions because you can see by the annoying rating in the bottom corner. But these are really cool. They did a lot of comic book movies, and they did just some other stuff in there too, but I just really like the design of those. They're really cool, and I have quite a few of those. I have 2 Edgar Wright movies, and then these, and a couple of those. So those are the things I wanted to mention that were never really on my list. These ones, though, these 3 honorable mentions were close to my list, but they just got knocked off just because, and I'll explain why, but this first one is a crime that it's not on my list. It should be on my list because it's gorgeous. It is the Casablanca Blu-ray crazy special edition. If you can see all that intricate design, that's actually a die cut that they cut into the cardboard. So all of that is ridiculous. I can't believe the amount of detail on that. And then this nice, beautiful blue box comes out, which reveals this nice little photo book. Right here is a lot of photos in there. And then, of course, you have the movie, which comes in that little fold-out. And then this, which has a bunch of like artifacts in it, like telegrams and messages that they sent to each other, and like a lot of photos in there, and some all the different kind of posters. I'll actually show you real quick. All the different posters for the film. Like this is a crazy set. My wife found this. This is actually my wife's. She knows this movie a lot better than me. That's the reason it didn't make the list. Just because I don't have as much of an emotional connection with this movie. I've only seen it once. We caught it in the theater a few years ago, and I really liked it, but I need to see it again. And she found this at Half Price Books for like $20 or something. It was ridiculous. But it's a crazy set. Second, did not make my list. Just because it doesn't have enough in it, but it is awesome. It's this Watchmen set. I don't know if you can see on camera, but it's lenticular, and it's really not showing up on camera. But they changed from the comic version to the live action version. And also, the coolest thing about this set is it comes with a whole graphic novel.
That set is so cool. Oh my word!
In a hardcover. So I got this as a deal of the day on Amazon for like $20. It was crazy. So that's how I read the book for the first time, was because of this set. And then it also has, of course, the ultimate cut right there. And that's it. That's the reason why I didn't make the set, is because it's kind of just sticking the ultimate cut that was already printed in there and then slapping the book in there too. So it's not really a unique set on its own, but it's got some really cool stuff. If you haven't bought either that movie or that book, it's a really cool way to get it. It's probably really expensive now, but I got it a long time ago.
I remember seeing that at Barnes & Noble and really wanting to grab it and not having any money. So
yeah, and then my last one is a TV show from my childhood. Pokemon. The first season of Pokemon. This is such a cool set. First of all, it's got the clear slipcover with Pikachu on the front there. And then the case itself is designed to look like a Pokedex. I know this is probably past your time because you're a youngin', but loved this show as a kid, and the fact that they went the extra mile and made it look like an actual Pokedex. And then you have the season right there, and then it comes with like a sample of one of the mangas. But yeah, super cool just for design alone, but it didn't quite make my list, obviously, because it's here in my honorable mentions. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. I'm happy with my 10, so we can go ahead and jump right into it. Do you want to drop your number 10?
Yeah, no, I'm very happy with my 10, and that's why it's a little heartbreaking to not include that Blade Runner digibook.
I can't believe you didn't include Blade Runner. That's your favorite film.
It's one of them, that's for sure. Maybe a top 5. Like it's amazing. So my number 10. This might seem a little humble next to the other ones that I'm gonna dish out, but I'm actually gonna go with number 10. Is the Grindhouse double feature collector's edition. First of all. This, I don't know if the light catches it just right for you. I can do that.
Oh, wow. That's
so
cool.
It's all black, and it has a base of a matte finish, and it has all the letters that say Grindhouse over and over again, but they're in a black glossy finish, except for the red, which also has a glossy red that says Grindhouse.
That's awesome.
This is an out-of-print thing. Now, if you don't know anything about Grindhouse, it was a double feature by Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino, which was about kind of making these send-up of trashy films from the 1970s. And so they both made one new film for this. Robert Rodriguez made a movie called Planet Terror, and Quentin Tarantino made a movie called Death Proof for this. Death Proof, hot take, it's actually my favorite Tarantino movie. And
I remember when you watched that for the first time and you were raving about it.
I love this movie. And when they put it out in theaters, it was one big, long, 3-hour engagement. And when they put them out on video, they actually released them separately. However, if you're watching the 3-hour engagement, they made a whole bunch of fake trailers. That's where Machete and Hobo with a Shotgun came from. They were actually just fake trailers on the Grindhouse double feature. And when they put them out on home video, there was actually extended cuts of both films. Because there are gags in these movies where there are just missing reels, and it will just jump ahead into the middle, like jump ahead 20 minutes into the film, and you just miss scenes because that's what going to a Grindhouse theater was like in apparently the 70s and 80s. But what's really cool about this is the entire 3-hour engagement on set with the fake trailers. It doesn't have the extended versions of either, and honestly, I actually prefer it as this one 3-hour, like kind of. One 3-hour view, and so it opens up, and you get like a cool like double poster of Planet Terror and Grindhouse. It has like one of like the ads with Rose McGowan and Kurt Russell, and then when you open it up, the actual jewel case is nothing really special. The actual art is kind of ugly, but it kind of I think works with how bombastic and kind of overloaded it is. And because when you open it up, the actual discs for the film and then the bonus features reflect both the slipcover and the actual cover on the jewel case, and it has this cool backsplash of like set photos and posters. It comes with this little card in it that has the posters for both of the films, and this is I just think very cool. I think it represents the film in a very condensed packaging, and whenever I see it on my shelf, honestly, it just makes me want to like take it off the shelf and pop it in and watch it. So I really love this. I think you cannot find this without the slipcover. I think if you just get it on Amazon, it's pretty cheap, but it is just kind of this jewel case with the stuff on it, which is fine. But I think the whole package is complete with this slipcase. I really like it. So that's my number 10, Grindhouse.
Awesome. That's really cool. I will go with my number 10. Similar, not another cult classic collection, but it's from a few decades after that, or before that. This is my number 10. Classic Monsters. Also a find from Half Price Books for very cheap. Most of these are lucky. I don't usually drop a lot of money on these. Some of them I have, but look at this. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's got like a glossy, shiny silver that runs up through here and all the monster heads. Also on the back with other ones. The book inside might be even more beautiful. It's got the Slide through there, really shiny red on the classic monsters. It's got the vintage typography logos for each name with their heads. Each book gets its, each page in the book is obviously a different one. A lot of good bonus features on this set. There's commentaries and stuff. If you haven't got these, this is a good way to get them. I know there's a lot of collections of these, but this is my favorite one. It's got, just so you know what's in it, it's got Dracula, Frankenstein, the Mummy, Invisible Man, Bride of Frankenstein, Wolfman, and Phantom of the Opera, and Creature from the Black Lagoon. I am kind of a hypocrite for recommending this because I haven't seen any of these except for Dracula. I saw Dracula this year for the first time. I shouldn't be admitting that. Last year, I watched Dracula. But yeah, super cool. I got it around Halloween time because I really wanted to dig into these for the first time, and I'm going to do it this year. I'm promising on camera with Connor that I'm going to get into these because I love this. I love these old movies in this style. And it also comes with a little booklet in here with the old posters and the old font. And that's just kind of has some... Actually, this is actually really cool. I'll show you this. It has all the posters of those.
Oh, that's so cool.
Which is awesome. Each movie. So yeah, that's really cool. I like that. I had to keep it at number 10 though because, like I said, I haven't seen a bunch of these. But yeah, this is a super cool set, and it's such a cool set that it gets me excited to check them out. So if you can find that somewhere on eBay or something.
I remember I saw that set at Best Buy, and I hadn't seen any of them, so I didn't buy them. And then I actually watched a decent amount of those last October for the first time.
Cool.
And I loved Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein so much that in correspondence with those, they actually, for each of those movies, had a steel book that had art by Alex Ross. And and those are really cool, but they're hard to find, and I only was able to get Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein. But that set, I had no idea of all the goodies that came in there. That looks so awesome.
Yeah, there's commentaries by cast, and there's also like some commentaries by like film historians that are probably chock full of goodies. So yeah, I really want to dive into this year. Probably won't get to it as much as I want to because it's still very, very small children, but once they're a little bit older, I'll definitely be able to crack these out every year. So I'm glad I had that set.
That's awesome.
But that is my number 10.
All right. Number 9?
Number 9, sir.
All right. My number 9, the reason I did not include like Vampire, and I actually have Criterion's Do the Right Thing, which has a very thick booklet as well that has like script excerpts and essays and all that stuff, is because I think the best of those that I have is actually not even a Criterion. It's from Arrow Academy, and it is the 1960 Best Picture winner, The Apartment, starring Jack Lemmon, Shirley MacLaine, Fred McMurray, and written and directed by Billy Wilder, the great Billy Wilder. So this is cool because usually a lot of sets that are special editions, they do have that, like you were just showing with Universal Monsters. They have that sort of case that you slip stuff out of, and so this though has a very hard case that's very high quality. I really like the art on it, and of course it includes a jewel case that has the film, but this also has a booklet, and it is a hardbound booklet, very high quality, and it includes a lot of set photos, including the actors, but it also has essays written, and overall, little excerpts of the script written down. So I was really impressed by this, and it has like multiple essays and stuff to read in about this, and like people talking about being on the set of it. Like it's a very impressive release. Arrow is not a company that I have bought a lot from. I kind of want to buy more. I have their release of The Hills Have Eyes, and I'm actually getting their release of Gosford Park. But this is one I was not. This is like a catalog title. You know what I'm saying? Like this is kind of one that I didn't expect a boutique retailer to get their hands on, and they really went all out for this movie. So really, really liked it. It feels great in your hand. It's nice and sturdy. So that's my number 9, and if you've not seen The Apartment, you should really check it out because it's great.
I need to really see that. All right, my number 9. What is my number 9? little bit. My last TV pick, I guess I'll spoil that. I don't have much TV on this list, but I had to put this on the list. Just got it last year for Christmas. It's Avatar: The Last Airbender. And not a huge. I did not grow up with this series. This is not like a huge thing for me, so I wasn't let down by the horrible film. But this is beautiful, and it's steelbooks, which I also am not a fan of, as Connor alluded to earlier. But this is amazing. If they all look like this, then I would be a fan. Like, each season is its own separate steelbook. So you've got book 1, water with guitar on there, and then Aang on the back. Just art on each one. And then you've got book 2 with Toph and Aang. I really like the artwork on these. And then book 3, fire, which is really cool. So each one is individual. This is, it's number 9 because this is not as nice. The case itself is not as nice as I would like. It's nice that it has that window, so you can kind of flip these in any order you want and put whichever one in the front. So you can mix and match and make this box set your own. But the cardboard that it's in is just kind of like flimsy. It's just kind of normal cardboard. But this is really cool. Like I said, my wife got me this for Christmas last year. And I actually got into this show just last year when Netflix got it, when everyone else got into it. I was watching it on Netflix at like 3 in the morning because that was the year my daughter was born. So whenever I had to wake up and feed her in the middle of the night and rock her back to sleep, I was burning through this show. And it's really, really cool. I wish I had watched it as a kid. So I'm going to show this to my kids someday. But yeah, definitely get this set if you're a fan of the show. This is the best way to get it. I know there's a set that has this and Legend of Korra like all together, but it's just like 2 big jewel cases. It's not very nice, but this is really cool. This goes for very expensive now though, so if you can find it on eBay for a good price, check it out. That's my number 9.
Always wanted to watch that show. I hear nothing but great things about it.
I think you'd love it. It's really cool.
That's what I hear. So number 8?
Number 8?
So this is not a collection of films. It is just one movie, and I'm amazed they went all out for this one movie. It's actually a pretty new release. I know you're not a fan of this movie, but I am. And this is actually from a pretty... Okay, so if anything of looking at this has taught me, Disney, please step up your game. WB puts out cool stuff. Columbia actually puts out a lot of really cool stuff. And
Disney, they get in their ways and then they keep doing the same set over and over every time. They have that same digipack that folds out and they put the slipcover over it.
Yeah, and
I'm very confused what this is though.
It is 2019's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Just throw me under the bus like that. That was my first Tarantino movie, by the way. So it was. I guess that's not really an excuse. Cause
no? Well, I mean, it is. It's unlike a lot of his other movies.
Okay.
So, I mean, the last 15, 20 minutes are like a normal Tarantino movie. The rest of it is very slow, and it's just like kind of a meandering hangout movie. And that is absolutely my scene. I love that stuff. But what I really like about this is like the finish on this set is amazing. And it sort of takes the really cool poster, but that poster is also pretty cluttered. But it actually takes that poster and makes it horizontal. It rearranges the poster to make it horizontal for this gatefold.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's very, very cool. And it actually comes with a lot of really cool stuff. So you get the film on 4K and in Blu-ray. I gotta be able to hold it. Hold on. Put it on the shoulder a little. Okay.
You get your friend to come in and help you with the thing.
Yeah. So you get the film on 4K and on Blu-ray over here, and then it actually comes with a mini record. And that comes with. So Tarantino's known for the songs on his soundtracks. Like he doesn't actually. Yeah. Only one of his films has an original score. So because he always uses just like pop music. But this has 2 of the songs. They are Bring a Little Lovin' and Good Thing. And it has this really kind of cool transparent blue record. I got to get it back into its case. Oh my word. Oh, there it goes. Okay. And then you'll notice this neat little thing over here. It's like 1969. And this thing actually holds a Mad Magazine parody of Bounty Law, which is the show that Leonardo DiCaprio character he plays an actor called Rick Dalton, and his character is famous for appearing in a Western show. This is a Mad Magazine parody of Bounty Law. And then
crazy.
Later in the film, he goes over to Italy to make a bunch of terrible Italian movies. And this actually includes a poster of one of those Italian movies that he did, which is actually like a legit poster, which is pretty cool. So, yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, they kind of went all out for this, and I'm a little impressed by them because usually for new releases with, physical media kind of not being nearly the cash cow it once was, you see a lot of lower effort getting put into it. So I was really impressed by this. It's just one movie. It's just a new release, and they went all out for it. So that's my number 8 is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That is awesome. Almost makes me want to watch it again. Almost. All right, next up, I had to get some superhero on this list. People who know us from Geekvolution. There's probably not as much superhero on this list as you would think, knowing the two of us. But I had to get this on here. Love this movie. I was in this movie. And luckily, it has an awesome release. Boom!
Oh.
There it is. Look at that. The namesake of the welder himself. Spider-Man Homecoming. I love this set. This is the one, because it's Sony, that Disney didn't release just the same standard digipack that we were just talking about. This is much harder. Yeah, I don't think it's, I think it's still technically cardboard, but it's very heavy and thick. It's got this awesome style, this kind of, which is basically my style when I design stuff, is like this collage-y kind of sketchy, looks like it's torn out of a notebook type style. It's got this really cool, it's basically supposed to be Peter's notebook. So you've got stickers, you've got little sketches here and there. You've got this, I don't know why they always do these. I always kind of hate these. They put like little comics in here. It's like a 4 or 5 page comic. That's really small, but it's got cool art on the back. So I just keep it turned that way. Here. And then there's more sketches and artwork and cool stuff underneath there. So I just like the vibe of this set. It really captures this movie tone really well. The discs are kind of pretty standard Spider-Man. You just do a Spider-Man head, but yeah, I really like this set. I wish it had like a magnet to keep it closed, but it's not really a problem. Like I said, it's really hard. Like you can see, none of the corners are bending. It's a really hard cardboard, so it's really cool. And this one's just kind of style alone. I mean, the set is pretty standard. I'm sure it's the same bonus features that you get on the regular standard Blu-ray, but just kind of the really like the style and the design of this one. Wish that wasn't there, obviously. I hate when they always do this little bar at the top. That kind of drives me nuts. But yeah, it's super cool, and I love the yellow. It really stands out in the yellow shelf. As you can see, there's a bunch of holes in the back of my shelf because I've taken all of these down. But that'll be filled up before the next video, so don't worry. Unless we do another collection video.
Maybe.
But that is my number 8, Spider-Man Homecoming. I don't even know if I said the name of it.
I think it's cool that both of our number 8s were Sony Columbia releases. That's really... I think it says something about what they're willing to do.
Yeah, see? I mean, look at that, Disney. I mean, you do some cool stuff, especially for your like classic Disney films. You do some cool stuff sometimes. But yeah, I like that. Good job, Sony. Don't make good films very often, but you make good packaging.
They got some diamonds that come out of their rough every so often.
Yeah. And they really roll out the design for those diamonds in the rough.
We got a hit, guys! Quick! Make a big deal out of it.
I also have a really cool Into the Spider-Verse that I didn't bring out because it's just kind of a slip out, but the cover is really cool. I like the design of it. I should have brought that in honorable mentions, but yeah, what's your number 7?
My number 7 is... This is going to break your heart a little bit, DJ. I'm sorry. It's a DVD set.
That's okay. We'll allow it. We'll put a little asterisk in the video description.
I have not seen any of these movies. It is a set from Criterion Collection, and I don't know why...
Oh, I know what this is. I know what this is.
I think you know what this is.
Facebook. It deserves to be here. It's fine. It's DVDs. It's great.
Hey, this is right before Criterion started doing Blu-ray. So Criterion, maybe these are HD remasterings. You can put this on Blu-ray. This is their Monsters and Madmen set. This is 4 B movies from 1958 through 1959, 2 of them starring Boris Karloff. And so it includes First Man into Space, The Atomic Submarine, Corridors of Blood, and The Haunted Strangler. And what is particularly cool about this, and what makes this near and dear to my heart, is that all of the art on this set was done by the all-time greatest comic book artist, Darwin Cook. Rest in peace, Darwin Cook. He passed away in 2016, far too soon, but he went all out with this. And what's cool about Darwin Cook is the style he employs here is similar to the covers that he did for DC: The New Frontier, and that's probably like my least favorite type of Darwin Cook art, and it's still completely awesome. So he kind of does this. If I hold up, you can kind of see how it's a little scratchy. He's kind of playing out of the lines a little bit, and so it's 2 jewel cases. And what I like the way they arranged this is the 2 of them are more science fiction, 2 of them are more horror, and so the science fiction stuff, so First Man into Space and the Atomic Submarine.
That's so cool.
They favor more like a cooler color palette. They have brighter greens and teals and blues, a little bit of yellow on there, and then the horror stuff, the Haunted Strangler and Corridors of Blood, favor more browns and reds and grays. And I think the Haunted Strangler, though, this one is probably my favorite cover. I don't know if you can see it here in the corner, but they have like a grave robbers and then the face, and it's this is just so cool. If they do produce a Blu-ray, I will buy it, and I will still not get rid of this DVD set. I will just have both of them because I'm that much of a sucker for Darwin Cook. And the reason why I would not give this DVD set up is for a very stupid reason. You know what that is? It's a marginally taller canvas that DVD has over Blu-ray. So, just saying that. So yeah, number 7, Monsters and Madmen from Criterion on DVD. Please put out the Blu-ray.
That's so cool. No, there's some DVD sets that I want to get from Criterion. The Cebu set that has the Drum and Jungle Book and Elephant Boy is really cool, and I have to get that. That's from their international line. And I don't think that's ever going to get a Blu-ray.
Yeah, that Eclipse line is only DVD of harder to find prints of stuff, and so yeah.
I got to get that though. So I'm fine with it. If there's no other way to get it, definitely go for the DVD. My next one, my number 7, is a cheat, I will admit. I could not decide, so I'm just going to show both. It's Lord of the Rings. Okay, so I don't know if this is going to show up on your list. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully we don't have too much overlap. I'm surprised we haven't yet, but I guess we've only done 3 or 4. So yeah, I can't decide between these two. Obviously, I'm going to watch the 4K version every time I go back to it. And I love the 4K version. I love that it's like a book. I love the pages. It looks really cool. I love the cover with the door. And I love the map on the inside. Oops, the ring fell out. There it is. I don't know why they always do this in Lord of the Rings sets. Does anybody actually wear the necklace with the ring on it? Maybe some people do. I don't know. And then it just has the standard 4K inside. This is the one that I just got last year because I had to rewatch these. But then, also, this is the one I've had for years. And this is beautiful too. And it's gold. And I love the gold. I love that they went out of their way and created 3 exclusive covers for these. Have you ever seen this?
I own that.
Okay. So these are, like I said, that one's just the standard 4K just shoved into a cool box, but these ones are all exclusive to this set, and they're all custom, different colors. Obviously, we don't have to speak about the bonus features on Lord of the Rings because everybody knows that it's the best holy grail of bonus features. There's 17 hours of stuff on here. But the main thing is, you know this set is really, it feels almost metal of how hard I think it's still cardboard, but it's really, really hard, really heavy. I could knock someone out with this thing. And it does have the magnet that I was complaining about that Spider-Man doesn't have, which is awesome. Holds it together perfectly. This, though it looks beautiful and I love it, it's a little flimsier.
Yes.
It's a little lighter. It's very lightweight. As you can see, I got it from eBay, and the corner's already starting to wear from the guy who had it before me, which is a bummer. This one's very solid, very hard, and it's very shiny. It's got holofoil on every inch of it, which is amazing. Like I said, I like this cover a little bit better than just the ring, but I could not decide. Obviously, this is the superior version of the films if you're going to watch them, but this is such a cool set, and I couldn't just leave that one off
And yeah, I almost put one or both of those on my list. I had a feeling you would put it on there, so I did take a step back from it. That Blu-ray, though, the kind of gold one that you have, that has all of the bonus features, and the 4K one does not keep those bonus features. So
Oh,
it is
okay. I didn't
important
even know that.
to keep. That's why I've held on to that set as well.
Okay, perfect. Well, see, look at that. Didn't even know, but yeah, you got hunt this one down. I'm sure this one's ridiculously expensive at this point. Maybe not.
They've actually produced a cheaper one that basically just has those three black jewel cases in a flimsy
With the
cardboard thing that
slide in?
looks kind of like that. But
Okay.
that particular release, I don't know how expensive that is now. It's probably worth something.
Yeah, it was like $100 when it came out. I remember I got this a long time ago. What was this, like 2010 or something?
Yeah,
Even before that, probably.
10 or 11,
So-
I think. Yeah, something somewhere.
This was a long time ago, but yeah, get this version. But if you want the bonus features, apparently you got to track this down, or the cheaper version of it. But yeah, these are awesome. Nothing needs to be said about the films. Greatest film trilogy of all time. Some of the greatest movies. Me and Connor have talked about that ad nauseum, and we probably will continue to talk about that trilogy, especially when I still haven't watched the 4K version. I bought it just to watch it, and I still haven't found time to watch it. I need to do that.
Yeah, no, I got those, and I watched them every so often, pretty much with my little brother. I introduced those movies to him, and we watched them again last December, and this time my twin brother Spencer got to watch it with us as well. So really like those movies a lot.
Yeah, they're incredible. All right, number 6.
Number 6, I said I did not include Apocalypse Now and Twin Peaks Season 3 because of like the gatefold thing, and that is because I have the Superman Anthology, 1978 through 2006. This thing is awesome. It sort of has a sort of Fortress of Solitude look on it, look about it.
Yeah.
And hey, it's pretty cool. Your last pick was a WB. They
Yeah, we're right in sync, man.
And this one is also WB. And so basically this lifts up, and the little Superman shield goes along with it.
Oh, it's like the Casablanca one.
Yes, it's very similar to that. And, Casablanca, the rights for that were bought by WB. And
Warner, man. Warner's killing it.
And so,
I've always liked Warner. Even the DCEU movies get really cool.
They do.
Releases.
And so basically, then it comes out. It's got this, and then it just folds out, and then it folds out. So basically,
and then it keeps folding out.
So
many discs. That's crazy.
Yeah. So basically, this comes with Superman the movie and Superman the movie Expanded Edition, which was an extended cut they did, and then it has Superman 2 and Superman 2 the Richard Donner cut. And then it has Superman 3 and Superman 4, and then Superman Returns, and then the Superman Returns bonus feature disc. So it has everything you could possibly want of this continuity of Superman. If you don't want Superman 3, Superman 4, and Superman Returns, sorry, you get that too. But this set is awesome, and it's pretty much everything you need to educate yourself on pre-DCEU live-action Superman films, because this thing rocks. I think a selling point for me was that it included the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2 and the original version of it.
Yeah, that's awesome that they did that.
So that's my number 7. I've actually not watched any of these Superman movies except for the first one, and it's been a very long time. You too? Yeah.
Yeah.
But with the passing of Richard Donner recently, my brother and I are actually going to make an effort to watch through all of these, and as well as I own Supergirl from 1984, so we will watch that too.
Oh no! Yeah, see, they forgot that in the set.
Yeah, that's true. Oh well, I think most of those people won't forget that they were involved with that. So that is my number 6, is Superman Anthology, 1978 through 2006.
All right, my next one, and I probably should have switched the last one. I think Lord of the Rings is is a nicer set than this. I probably should have. I think Lord of the Rings was a little low on my list. I was back and forth on my order, and I don't know if I got it. I don't think I got my order in the right place, but maybe by the end of this I'll finally decide on an order. But my number 6, probably 7, is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. What a great film. What an awesome set. Look at that. Look at that holographic It looks like a Pokemon card. It's so shiny. Look at that. It's so cool. I don't like these gigantic boxes because I've run out of space very quickly with them. But I had to get this one, man. This is one of my favorite movies. It's so cool. Gene Wilder right there in the front. What a beautiful man. And then it opens up. Oh, what a satisfying sound.
Oh.
And then, haven't you seen this movie, right?
Oh, I rented that movie all the time when I was 5 or 6, and I've not seen it since. But I'm pretty sure that movie's just ingrained in my mind because I watched it.
Yeah, it should be. So there's this awesome. This is the contract that he makes him sign, the hilarious contract that goes all the way down to the tiny font. This is an envelope. This is the 40th anniversary edition, by the way, which, by the way, this is the 50th anniversary this year. And it's playing at Fathom Events at my theater, and I'm totally going to go see it this year. I just showed this movie to my son for the first time this week, and he loved it. So I think that might be the first movie I take him to the theater to see.
That would be great. That'd be so good.
Yeah, because I want him to see a good movie. You know, everyone's first movie is like a terrible movie that they just saw as a kid. So I want to see a good movie. But this has like script pieces, and like this is a letter to Gene Wilder, Mr. Gene Wilder. It says all kinds of cool goodies in this thing. That's just in the envelope. The coolest thing is this book, a full-on book on the making of Willy Wonka. Like a huge book, like a 150-page thick book. It's like a textbook about the movie, which is cool. And then the reason it's not higher on my list is, other than that, you just get the standard digipack for Willy Wonka, which is the 3 discs. You get the Blu-ray, and then you get the Blu-ray, the DVD special features, and the DVD movie, which looks like a chocolate bar. That's kind of nice. They didn't have to do that. But then they wasted space with this. And I understand this is like a family film, but like I don't need a pencil tin and some pencils and an eraser. Although it is a chocolate bar eraser.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, like I don't know. I guess they were targeting kids with this release. But it's like a collection.
Yeah.
It's clearly for collectors. I don't know why they went with that. This is one of those sets that Best Buy had. That's only 100,000 made. So clearly they're going for the collector's market. So I don't know what the deal with the pencils was, but super cool release. And I also have the digibook of this film that's super shiny also, which I almost made my honorable mentions because it's really nice. But I love this movie, and this is a really cool set, despite some of my some of the downsides that I just mentioned. But yeah, super cool. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Check it out. I know this set is expensive.
Yeah. I remember.
So I don't know if I recommend trying to track this down. I lucked out and I found it at Half Price Books, but I went out of town right after I found it, and I had to call them. I don't know if you have Half Price Books where you are, but you can actually call them and they'll hold things for you. And then when you get back in town, that you can buy it. So I really lucked out. This was only like $25 or something, or maybe 30. I don't remember, but it was super cool. Super cool of them to do that for me. Thanks, Half Price Books.
That is really cool.
I know you're watching.
I remember that was like Watchmen. You know, they have like the Watchmen and that one are both like WB did those really big box things, and I saw that at Barnes.
There's a Wizard of Oz one too that I really want.
I have several of them, and but that was one. Again, I saw that at Barnes and Noble. I was like, I really want that, and I had no money. I was a teenager, I had no money, and I just, you look online and it's just exorbitant prices, and your spirit drops. I did get the 4K they just put out, but it's not that. Cool. It's not nearly as cool as that. So.
Yeah, no, this is cool. Like, if you want to do a deep dive in this movie, like, get this. You got all the bonus features, you got commentaries, and you got that book that you can read that'll take you forever to read because it's like a 150-page book that's like this tall. But yeah, me and Captain Logan from Geekvolution were thinking about doing a commentary on this movie for the longest time. We're still going to do it someday, but yeah, I'm going to dig into this set and all the special features in that book to make sure I give a good commentary on that. But yeah, I love that movie, and that is my number 6.
So number 5, if you can recall the honorable mentions, I did not include Indiana Jones or Alien as those franchise booklets because, well, I have one that is, films that are closer to my heart, and I think the booklet is even a little bit better. And that is the 2011 initial Blu-ray release of Star Wars: The Complete Saga.
I have a story about that.
Oh, do you? I look forward to hearing that. So this is a really cool set. I really like the artwork. I like the finish on this. I think it's very sturdy. It holds together. The booklet it doesn't just slide out willy-nilly. The booklet itself is just kind of the same as the shell it comes in. But this set was really cool. Because while I do own the Skywalker Saga limited edition 4K set that Best Buy had, it is a little cumbersome and you feel like you're going to break something if you don't handle it just right. That is, I still really like that set, and I think it's pretty cool what they were able to do with it. But I do actually prefer this. It's smaller, it fits on your shelf, and it actually houses 6 films, so that's pretty cool. I also just really like the artwork of what they do. I like the finish.
Oh, wow.
It looks kind of painted, and yeah, I don't like the prequels at all, but I really like what they did here, and the artwork is just really nice. And then it actually includes, hold on, these pages are sticking. Not 1, not 2, but 3 bonus discs. And those 3 bonus discs also get their own fun little bit of artwork on the pages. And yeah, I don't know. These were really cool.
I love Harrison Ford's just look of disgust as he's surrounded by Ewoks.
Yeah, this is really funny. I'm a big fan of that.
It's like, what am I doing?
Oh, what's going on?
Puppets all around me.
And then actually has this pretty fun mural of all the characters from the saga, before Disney picked it up. Yeah, this came out a year before Disney bought Lucasfilm and started making their own films. So kind of a neat little time capsule, honestly. So I really like this set. It has a lot of bonus features that I spent hours and hours and hours sinking my time into when I was in high school. Really like it. So my number 5 is Star Wars: The Complete Saga.
That's cool. So those of you who know me know that I am not a Star Wars guy. I did not grow up with those movies. But I have had that exact set in my possession for like a week because my boss at work is the biggest Star Wars fan in the world, loves everything Star Wars, and I came into the office one morning and sat down at my desk, and on my desk was that set. And my boss said, if you don't watch these movies, you're fired.
Oh my God.
So I took it home and I watched the original trilogy for the first time. This was the year that Force Awakens was about to come out. So I watched the original trilogy, and then I went and saw Force Awakens. So I've seen the original trilogy. I've still never seen the prequel trilogy. I gave it back to him before I watched those. He said that was fine. But yeah, I have had that set for a little bit. I did not get to dig into the bonus features, but I just watched the originals. And so yeah, I've seen those. I've seen the new trilogy. But yeah, not the biggest Star Wars fan. That's awesome. That's a cool set. I do have the Alien set and the Indiana Jones set that you mentioned earlier, but I don't have the Star Wars set. So
yeah, that's
maybe I'll have to get that someday.
Fox, I think, was involved in making all of those. So good on you, 20th
cool
Century
sets.
Fox.
They're really cool sets. What are we on? We're on number 5. Okay. A very late addition to my set. I just got this week, which will immediately tell Connor what it is. But this is beautiful. This should probably not be this high, or it might be higher at some point, but I haven't seen any of these films yet. But it's just such a beautiful set. This is The Indicator, Ray Harryhausen, Volume 1, 1955 to 1960 set. Look at this. Like I said earlier, the Willy Wonka was out of a 100,000. This is out of 6,000. They only made They only made 6,000 of these. So you can see right there, I have number 2,784 out of 6,000. This thing slides right off, so don't worry about that. But this is the Volume 1 set. Look at that artwork.
Oh my God.
It's a little more matte. It's got some shine on it. It's not really picking up on camera, but it wraps around the side. It goes around the back. Connor's weeping. He loves it so much. So these are the 3 Ray Harryhausen movies that are on this set. It also comes, first of all, I'll show you this. It has this little book about Ray Harryhausen with a really cool blue back with the monster. This is just like essays about Ray Harryhausen. like these sets do, but it's a really nice booklet. And then the 3 movies on the set, we've got the three worlds of Gulliver, which is really cool, and then 20 million miles to Earth. And then the set that inspired the front cover is It Came From Beneath the Sea. That's where this artwork comes from. But it's crazy. It's beautiful. The coolest thing about this that I didn't even know until I got it, I got this from eBay. Luckily, I got it for only like $60,
Whoa.
which is like $20 a movie, which is crazy. Look at this. Clear cases, and they have alternate artwork.
Oh, that is cool.
With different posters that you can use. So all 3 of them have those, so I'm going to figure out which ones I like the best and display them that way. But all 3 of these, the only downside about this set, and it's not even any problem with the set, it's that there's a 2, there's a volume 2, and it is insanely impossible to find on eBay. It is, I can't find it for less than like $230 right now. It's really frustrating because it's 3 more Ray Harryhausen movies, and it looks just like this with even cooler artwork on the front. But I really want that volume 2, and there's even a 3rd one that's just his Sinbad trilogy. That is even more expensive and hard to get. They only made 6,000 of each of them, and for some reason those 2 are even harder to find.
Does the
but
second
this
one
is
have
really,
stuff like Jason and the Argonauts and stuff
yeah,
like
that's
that?
why it's more expensive.
Okay.
It's got Jason the Argonauts, it's got Mysterious Island, and one more. And those are awesome movies, and I really want to get that set. I might have to drop the money at some point, but this is awesome. I can't wait to dig into these 3 movies. I haven't seen these yet. This may go higher on my list. It shouldn't be this high on my list, but it's like we're in the dating phase because I just got it like a week ago.
It's too cool not to. You absolutely should have it where you have it, man. That's awesome.
But yeah, that's awesome. That's gonna go way up there, and I'm gonna check those out pretty soon. So, Ray Harryhausen, Volume 1. Check it out. You can actually find this one online for, it's usually around $100. Like I said, I found it for 60. So check that one out if you're interested at all. This is Indicator. This is a overseas producer. I think they do a lot of things in the UK, obviously, because that's their rating system. But yeah, I didn't know much about Indicator. Apparently they do a lot of horror stuff. But this is sci-fi stuff, and it's really cool. That's my number 5.
All right, so my number 4 is a Warner Brothers Ultimate Collector's Edition. DJ has been showing off a few of those, and this is my favorite. It's actually also the first one I got.
I don't know what this is.
Ben-Hur from 1959.
Oh, I want that one so bad. That's on my short list to get.
So,
I really want that one.
well, I almost said only. 125,000 of these were made. This is a little bit more exclusive than your Harryhausen set, is what I'm saying. You had that really cool Casablanca set. I have that same movie, but it's in a similar sort of set. Cool. All of their Warner Brothers Ultimate Collector's Edition come this way. I have like Gone with the Wind, Singing in the Rain, Casablanca this way.
Yeah.
This one, though, does remain my favorite of those Ultimate Collector's Edition sets, mainly because look at this little design.
Oh, wow, it's not a box, it's like a sleeve. That's cool.
This pretty neat exterior is a sleeve. Because all the other ones I have, they're made like this, but they have a cardboard sleeve that drapes over the top in the same way that this little sleeve has the 50th anniversary Blu-ray tab. They have a similar thing that goes over the top along the back. So when they sit on the shelf like this, gravity sort of works its way and does this. So I love this design. Ben-Hur, though, is maybe my favorite epic movie. Lord of the Rings kind of gives this a run for its money, but it's pretty darn excellent. I've seen some epic movies from around this time, and this is better than stuff like Spartacus in my eyes. So when you open it up, this is pretty standard for what you have. You have a wide booklet. It has a ribbon, and you lift up on the ribbon, it removes the booklet. The booklet tells you some, information, pretty normal, trivial facts about the production, the stars who are in it, stuff like that. Really cool set photos. I like that one a lot. Then you have the actual gate-folded set. And what you have is when you open this up is the film is divided onto 2 sets. And then there's a third set of bonus features that actually includes the original 2.5-hour silent version of Ben-Hur. And the backsplash here is cool, where you have Ben-Hur and his chariots. The real seller of this set, however, is the goodie at the bottom of the box, and that is this leather-bound, hard recreation of Charlton Heston's journal from being on the set. So you remove this, and it actually has his name engraved in gold in the corner here. Very cool. And you open it up, and you have this really great paper cardstock that shows some really neat stuff. There's some ledgers, there's some little entries, and this is all from Charlton. This is again a reproduction of Charlton Heston's production journal, and it has like some recreations of pictures that have been inserted in there. You have, for example, this one is like a set photo. It's been taped in, and you can lift up on it. It's pretty great. Yeah, but as far as like the goodies go, I much prefer this one because it is when you look at like something like the Dark Knight trilogy, they have like Hot Wheels. I don't know if I'm ever gonna take those out. They are kind of a novelty. Casablanca has like coasters, which is fine if you have people over to like watch the movie. And I do like the Watchmen set because it has the the graphic novel in it, so I can't disparage that. But honestly, as a person who loves production and the history of the way things are made, then I got to go with this.
I am kicking myself still for not picking that up. I saw it at Half Price Books one time, and I should have bought it right away. But I'll get it on eBay. It's actually not that expensive. I think it's like 50 or 60.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I'll have to pick that one up. But my number 4 is my first Criterion of the evening, and I need to get into more Criterions because they do some really great stuff. But here it is. I don't even think you know what this is, but this is my number 4. It's a movie I only saw very recently, but I found this. This is just a Half Price Books promo, apparently, because they had a little Criterion section that I picked this up from. Boom! It's a mad world. This is the original. This is what Criterion does sometimes. They make a special box art version, and then it goes out of print, and then they just release the regular clear case version of that movie. So this is the original. It's in white. There's the number. It's number 692. It's a nice slide out. It's got that beautiful poster on the front. They didn't go with like custom art for this one like they normally do. This is the original poster. And then it's very nice and secure in there. I just made him do a spit take. He just spit his water all over the place.
It's everywhere. My computer's ruined. It's a complete disaster.
It was completely unwarranted too because I was doing the wrong way. It's just this way. It comes right out nice and easy. It slides out. This beautiful digipack. This is crazy. You were talking about the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that spreads out the poster. These sheets are going to fall out, so I'm going to take them out. But look at this. This is the poster, the landscape poster. It starts with them. I don't know if you've seen this movie. I think you know about this movie. This is absolutely bonkers, like crazy, balls to the wall, insane, just comedy. And yeah, it's super long. I'll get to that in a minute. But it's everyone just marching full speed and then towards the money bag that's running away. It's got this beautiful white, this awesome red title. And this side is just gorgeous and insane. And I have no idea how they printed this. The discs line up with the text.
Oh my god! That's
it's
awesome.
Insane. I don't know. So if you see, I'm not a big fan of cardboard slide out sleeves like this. I know it doesn't harm Blu-rays as much as it does DVDs. It's not that big of a deal, but it's still, like, as a collector, hurts me to slide the disc in like this. But You can see that the text is printed all wonky, so it fits exactly with... Sorry, that was just for Connor. So it fits exactly right in there. And there's, as you can see, 4 discs. There's all the different versions of this film. Because there's like a 2.5-hour version, and then there's like the 3-hour version. I think there's even a longer version than that. It's like the fully extended director's cut. Disc contents is insane. Look at all those bonus features. Ton of stuff in there. But yeah, it's crazy. It's really cool. And the coolest thing that put it over the top, that put it as my number 4, first of all, this is just a little booklet. With all the cast and all a little essay written about it that Criterion usually does. But this is crazy. This is an artist's rendering. They drew a map of everywhere that this was filmed in Los Angeles, and they're all marked on there as numbers, and the legend shows you everywhere that it was filmed, so you can actually visit all of the places that they filmed this. Most of this movie was filmed in or around Los Angeles. So that is crazy. I've never seen that before.
So cool. That's
like
amazing.
you don't even have to Google. You can just check out the It's a Mad map and visit all the places on there. So maybe one day me and Connor will do a road trip to Los Angeles and visit all that once he's seen this movie. But yes, this is crazy. I was so happy I found this for very cheap. Like I said, at the half-price bookstore. Super cool. I love it.
I do need to finish that movie because
you started it?
Young, about 12 years old. I was on a road trip with my grandparents, and they put that into the CD player. They put the DVD into the CD player.
Yeah.
And watch it in the back seat. And we were watching that I was watching it with my brother, and we were rolling into their driveway when the intermission hit. I've seen the first half of it, and I thought it was really, really entertaining. But I never finished it, so I do need to get that. It's Criterion, and I had no idea just how spectacular that set was. I do need to check that out.
Yeah, that's kind of the reason I wanted to do this video, right? Because you look on eBay and it's just a picture of this. Like, nobody posts what is inside of it, and I really wanted to show people all the cool stuff that Criterion does and that all these other studios do, like WB, like we've been talking about, but this one's crazy. It doesn't look that crazy from the inside. It just from the outside, it just looks like a standard digipack. But yeah, it is really cool. I love that one.
That's amazing, dude.
What is your number 3, sir?
All right, my number 3. Because I am me, I have one television set on this entire list, and
that's cool. I had one. Oh, I know what this is.
Yeah, you might know what it is. Yeah, you might know what that is. It is Twin Peaks, the entire mystery.
There it is.
Well, they have this one version of that's a jewel case and a sleeve, but this was the entire mystery asterisk as of 2014 because that's when they put the set out. As of 2017, they did do a season 3 revival 25 years later. So this has 2 seasons of the original series and the film Fire Walk With Me, as well as the missing pieces, which was the first time the hour and a half of deleted scenes had ever been included or seen. It was amazing. So I really, first of all, the packaging of this rocks. Texture is awesome. It incorporates elements of both the show and the movie with the blue rose and the chevron pattern floor and the picture of Laura Palmer. But where you see it's fractured, it actually drops into the dead face. There's actually like indentation here, and in her nose, like it nose like dips down into her eyes, it goes up into her brow, the lips. There's so much detail in this cover alone. And the cool thing about this is it doesn't open in a very conventional way. It opens up like this.
Oh, see, that's like that Ben-Hur one where it's like a magic trick almost. That threw me.
It is.
I was expecting that to slide out from the side.
Opens up right here. First couple of discs are just the first season. This little leaflet tells you what's in the season and like how many episodes are on each disc. But then it becomes like digging for treasure. You start going through all the different locations in the show. Obviously the 22 episode second season has its own little leaflet, which, makes up 6 discs. Now this can be a little annoying. as you're trying to dig through, when you're like getting later into the show. But it does better, when you're like you can do this, but you have to take it off the table if you want to do that. But once you get down to the bottom, you have like the Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me discs, the bonus feature disc. Oh man. Once you get all the way down to the bottom though, there's a little mound of dirt here. And when you open it up, there's a little piece of paper in here that has Fire Walk with Me written on it, and which is the first clue in the mystery. Obviously, favorite television show of all time. Excellent box set. Second half of season 2 is terrible, obviously, but it gets bad in really fun ways. Everyone has their favorite bad Twin Peaks subplot. And it gets better. It gets actually pretty good in the last 5 episodes. Last episode rocks. And it leads into one of the best movies that's ever been made, which is the prequel theatrical film that David Lynch made. So if you are a Twin Peaks fan, you probably already own this. They've put out like other versions of box sets where they have a 3rd season and they have like Z through A thing that has all of it, but I don't have those. I have this and it rocks.
I've got to finally sit down and watch some of that. My wife is a huge crime and television person, so I totally might watch that show soon because I want to watch the movie. The only thing I've seen peripherally related is the Dual Spires episode of Psych, where they parody that show, which you haven't seen, and you have to see that.
The one thing I can do with Twin Peaks is sell people on that it inspired everything else. Every single show, a lot of shows have like parodies of it, so I need to watch Psych bad though.
You need to. It might be the episode that gets you into Psych, because they do that a lot. They're all about 80s movies, nostalgia, and other nostalgia from other periods, and they do a lot of reference episodes. But on to my number 3. This is probably an unexpected choice. I don't think Connor even knows that this exists or is not expecting this at all. But this is my number 3. This is a really cool set of one of my favorite superhero movies. That not a lot of people like, but I love it. It's The Amazing Spider-Man. And this is the Japanese exclusive set that I picked up right when it came out, I think. I got it for a good price. It is one of the coolest sets ever. First of all, it's huge. It's not, like you said earlier, the DVDs are a little taller. It's like the size of a DVD. It's even taller than a DVD, I think. But the coolest thing about this set is, first of all, I'll just show you this. It has the clear slipcover that Andrew Garfield pops out of, like that, kind of like that original Iron Man slip that they did, where it lines up perfectly. It's got webbing there, and then on the back, that webbing is also translucent. You can see the nice font for the movie right there. But that would be cool by itself. But this is also a 5-pack where they all line up and create the awesome spider logo from that movie. So these all slide out. And these are 5 different discs. Each one has its own cardboard case. So the first one, I'll just go through these. The first one is that first poster they released of him, kind of without his mask on. That is just the Blu-ray. That's a Blu-ray 3D, actually, as I lose the little leaflets. And then the second one is that other poster, and that's the regular standard 2D Blu-ray. And then you've got the bonus features for the Blu-ray with a nice lizard disc. You've got that cool photo on the 4th one, which I think is... Oh, and these 2 are cool. So when this movie came out, there was 2 extra DVD bonus discs that weren't on the regular bonus features that came out in separate sets. I think Target exclusive had one of these discs, and the Walmart exclusive had one of these discs, or Best Buy or something. So they put both of those discs together in this set. So everything from this movie is all in one set. And Japan got it. We did not get this set, but it's really cool. I like it. It was probably my number 1 for a while, but like I said, that's it. It doesn't come with any like bells and whistles or anything. I just love the design of it so much and the presentation. It's hard to slide this in with one hand, but it goes all in there, and yeah, it's really cool. I don't know if I have much else to say about it. Like I said, every bonus feature for this movie imaginable is on here, all the deleted scenes, all the commentaries and stuff. So if you do like this movie and you want to get these bonus features, this is the only place you can get it all in one place. And it looks really nice on the shelf. I love the spine. It's nice, big, and bold. Nothing else. There's no logos or like any ratings or anything.
That's so cool. That's awesome, man.
So,
And Japan is region 1, so like it just plays, yeah.
Yeah, it's totally fine. I haven't had any issues with it. Something really cool about this poster is I just noticed they have those. Sometimes for the marketing for this movie, they have yellow eyes on the suit, even though it's not yellow in the movie. I don't know why they do that, but it's got the clear sunglasses with the city skyline in the back, reflecting in his lenses. But I really like that. I really like that suit, and I really like this movie. So anyway, that is my number 3. And glad to get some more superhero stuff on this list because we have not had very much of that on here. But yeah.
Speaking of superheroes, my number 2, pretty packed with superheroes.
Oh.
So my number 2.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know what it is. Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 1 Avengers Assembled box set. This, of course, has Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Incredible Hulk, Thor, Captain America, the first Avenger, best one, and the first Marvel's Avengers movie. This, of course, comes in a cool like briefcase set, but this one in particular is special because let me pull it out. Before he passed, at his final Northwest Comic Con, which was Emerald City Comic Con, Stan Lee made an appearance, and I was working at a movie theater at the time. I had a manager who was going up there, and I got my manager to get an autograph from him on this box set. It does have the certificate of authenticity right there, and I'm gonna get the lighting right. Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. That's probably worth a ton, dude. You could get a college degree on that.
I don't even want to know how much this is probably worth, and it's not for sale, obviously. Beyond that, it is pretty fun though. Yeah, you see it represented as a shield briefcase. I don't know if you can quite catch it. When you press the button on the top, there's a little blue light of the shield emblem. You press this button on the top, and
yeah, because that's the cue box. That's awesome.
When you open it up, it's got a little tesseract on the inside. You hit it, and it glows blue.
Wow.
It flashes blue as well. Put that in its little spot here. Little certificate of authenticity here. So generally speaking, I like the design of how the films are here because they come in these slip cases that have wraparound art by Matthew Ferguson, and I really like how each of these look. My favorite one, he did all of them, but my favorite of these is probably my least favorite movie, which is Iron Man 2. Red, my favorite color. Yeah, this artwork is pretty cool. Let me get this in the right order. I think you can find this set all by itself right now for pretty cheap now, especially with the 4K titles. This is just Blu-ray, with some of them having Blu-ray and 3D Blu-ray from Thor on. Let me see, is that all good? Yeah, because I think the last 3 of those are both Blu-ray and 3D Blu-ray, but 3D is kind of obsolete right now.
We've been lining up a lot. We both had superhero movies with 3D versions on our number 3s. Look at us. Yours is much cooler.
Number 2, though, Marvel Cinematic Universe, Phase 1, as signed by Stan Lee.
That's awesome. All right, what is my number 2? Oh, my number 2, going back to the WB sets, one that we have not mentioned yet, and I think I might have to one-up you on this one. I love that Ben-Hur set. I really, really want that Ben-Hur set. But I'm going to see your Charlton Heston and raise you an epic. It's 10 Commandments.
That's cool.
I will. You think it's cool now? I will blow your mind. Look at this. So it's got obviously the iconic scene from not just the movie, from Mankind. You've got the parting of the Red Sea. This is a clear slipcover. Moses comes off. Look at that. Charlton Heston slides up. Right behind him is the waves from the Red Sea. And you want to know how this one opens?
You part
It
it?
literally parts.
Oh.
Oh, it's so satisfying. And then there's the freaking Ten Commandments behind it. Oh, this is the disc. The discs come in this Ten Commandments set. I'll get into this first because the supplementals are really even cooler. But this is just it's magnets. Just pops right on, snaps right back on. 4 discs. So clever that they fit those discs in like the shape of a Ten Commandments thing. This is the DVD feature, the DVD special features, and the Blu-ray feature, the Blu-ray special features. And then that just, you can see there's 4 magnets in there. And it just snaps right back together. Super easy. That's the discs. Also in the set, you can see right behind it is this little guy, which is, let's see which one this is. Oh, I think this is kind of the essay thing with this beautiful storyboards all the way throughout it. You can feel the paper's kind of like a thick, like almost papyrus type on-theme paper, which is really cool. It's not just standard paper. You can feel that kind of roughness to it. And it's just got all the storyboards from every scene in the movie. That's really cool. It has costume sketches in this little envelope that are like full on watercolor paper, like painted sketches of all the characters. I'm going to put all this away later, but it also has, what is this? I don't know what this is, but it has this, I don't know if it's a piece of the script or if it's just like a letter that they sent out to like critics when they went to see the original screening. This is crazy. This, oh man, this is a whole nother clear envelope that's got a bunch of like signed documents from and it's got an original sketch from like the storyboarder that he did like just like real quick on a napkin or something. It's got the menu. Oh, he did this on a menu is where he originally drew this Pharaoh sketch. It's just got like the timesheet, the shooting times. It's got letters. That is a Western Union telegram from the director. That is crazy. So it's got all this stuff. And then, on top of that, it's got this beautiful red book. That is the Ten Commandments, An Epic Journey, which is just an entire like film book. It's got, sorry, those are not concept art, but it's got literal, so it's got all these black and white photos from the set that are really cool. There's like an epic photo with like a ton of people. It's got literal storyboards with all the time codes on there and notes. It just goes through the whole film. It's kind of like that Willy Wonka book, except it's a lot more visual. It's crazy, all the way through the release and the reception. Crazy book, crazy set. I love the insane way they made this thing open. It's literally parting with a lenticular ocean that moves, and then Moses slips right back over there. This is why I have this front and center on my shelf normally. If you see my other videos, it's usually right up top because he looks awesome right up there. But this is super cool. This is my number 2. So happy to be able to pick this up. This is also one of the 100,000 sets that WB did, Warner Brothers. Crazy set. Really cool. I want to get the Ben-Hur to go with it though.
I gotta track that down and get it. That is like I said, it's something else. Wow. I fold.
Yeah, I kind of rushed through it, but I could have taken a lot of time to look through all that stuff. I haven't even like done a deep dive of that myself. I need to like watch that movie and sit down and go through all this stuff and just take do a research project on it. But that's 10 Commandments. That's my number 2.
All right, you ready to do number 1?
Yeah, here it is, the grand finale. Don't let me down. Number 1.
King of my list. King of my Blu-ray shelf. It only makes sense that it is Criterion, and it is, of course, the king of the monsters himself, Godzilla. This is the Showa-Era films, 1954 through 1975. DJ, I don't think you understand how big of a deal this thing is for me. As a little kid,
It's beautiful. As not even a Godzilla fan, I want it. It's so nice.
Yeah, it is, of course, just gorgeous. Great primary color scheme of pinks, blues, and yellows. Because, yeah, we'll get more into that in a second. But, oh man, just look this up. Oh, look into that. Beautiful. So, when I was growing up, I was a Godzilla fanatic as a kid. I had to track down all the different movies, and I had to do that usually VHS, maybe a couple of DVDs. There was a library and 2 local video stores. Over the course of 1 year, I was able to find and watch all of them. But, of course, some of them are bootlegs. Some of them are just sort of like English language edits. Some of them are like other regions that have been edited heavily. That's just kind of par for the course when you're talking about B movies from the 60s and 70s that are from another country. So what's amazing about this is that somehow, or I don't know how, Criterion Collection got their hands on the distribution rights for all 15 of the original Godzilla flicks. I don't know how. And it's all in one place here. This is like a miracle, and this is like almost half of all of them in that original, and this is like all from the original run. This is, of course, spine number 1000. These are not new masters. These are not remasters, but they got all of them in one place. They got permission from Toho, and that is a feat unto itself. And for American audiences, this is going to be the first time they've been given HD, probably for a lot of people. Now, because this is a Japanese film series and Criterion likes to preserve original, all of them are presented in their original Japanese versions with English languages, but some of them, a little under half of them, 7 or 8 of them, I think, actually, maybe a little over half, they have English language tracks for them. So, but the cherry on top for me is, of course, when I was a kid, I had heard there was this mythic version of a Japanese cut of King Kong versus Godzilla. Now, the only version of King Kong vs. Godzilla that we got in America was the English version. And there's a lot of history as to why that's the only one we have over here. Ishiro Honda went back and cut the original master, and then he actually made the English cut that had additional scenes shot by Thomas Montgomery to be the actual master. I don't know why he did this. However, as a bonus feature on the 8th disc, this is an 8th disc set, I don't know what sorcery or wizardry they did, but they have assembled the original cut, which is a better edited, better pacing, more tonally consistent version of King Kong versus Godzilla. I don't know how they did it. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, by the way, this was on the back. Yeah. That was on the back here. But when you open it up, you get this great artwork of Godzilla stomping all over Tokyo. You have this essay written called Reign of Destruction. You know, it really just kind of surmises the Showa-Era as a total. But then you have original artwork for all of the films, and you have individual mini essays written for all of the films. So they got new artists. There's a different artist for each poster. I guess I should ankle. This is Godzilla Rates Again. Bill Sienkiewicz did the original Godzilla that you saw a second ago. And as you can see, this is King Kong versus Godzilla. This has pink kind of fuchsia color. This one's more cooler and blue. This one is yellow. You know, it goes yellow, blue, pink, yellow, blue, pink. Now this is Invasion of Astro Monster, my personal favorite. Love the art here. And they did it for all of these things, and oh man, love it. Now when you get to the discs, they're all housed in this mural, or this image that is the same at the start of Godzilla stomping all over Tokyo. Now, this was a big deal for my brother and I. Earlier this year, we watched through all of them before Godzilla vs. Kong came out, and I love it. This is my number one. Another little cherry on top. I don't think we would have gotten that without the original Criterion release of Godzilla from 2011-2012. This is a little addendum. It's, Criterion doing Godzilla. This one just kind of ekes on as a little special. You open it up, little Godzilla pops up. Look at that. Look at that little pop-up Godzilla. I love it. It's so cool.
It's awesome. I do have that set. But that set, man, I don't even know. I haven't seen any of those films, but that makes me want to buy it. Just how freaking beautiful it is. Holy cow. Oh, that's a really cool set, dude. Good choice.
Yeah, thank you. That's my number one. I went a little long on with that, but that's my number one.
Okay, well, as usual, we're right in sync. I also got a Criterion for my number one. Also going back to my childhood, though I didn't see these movies in my childhood, but this is very much reminiscent of the movies that me and most young boys like as a child. This beautiful set is Three Fantastic Journeys by Karel Zeman. If you don't know who Karel Zeman is, he is a Czech filmmaker from like the 40s through the probably 60s. I don't exactly know when he passed away, but these three films are from 1955, 1958, and 1962. This set is beautiful. This set came out last year. It's the Criterion set. It's called Three Fantastic Journeys because there are three separate movies in here. And jumping right off of what Connor was talking about, the set in here is beautiful. The first movie, each one's got its own one. Each movie has its own. Again, there's an essay. There's an essay in here. I'll get this first, actually. There's an essay in here. Really long essay that folds out about Karel Zeman, his whole career as a filmmaker, and how specifically these three films influenced the rest of his career. These are the three movies that it includes. It is Journey to the Beginning of Time, Invention for Destruction, and The Fabulous Baron Munchausen. I watched all three of these movies last year, and then I had to immediately buy the set because this set is gorgeous. Look at this. Speaking of pop-ups, each one of these has its own pop-up. This is the most iconic scene from this first movie with the mammoth and the boys on the boat. If you haven't seen these movies, you need to check out all three of these movies. I think they're streaming on Criterion Channel. Second one, which the entire film is made to look like etchings from like really old black and white etchings, kind of like all the artwork that's in Jules Verne books, because this director was really influenced by Jules Verne, as you can see in all three of these movies. This is the most iconic scene from that movie with the balloon. It's got a pop-up. It comes out of the volcano. And then the third one, Baron von Munchausen. The coolest one, it's the iconic scene of him riding the cannonball. It actually shoots over like that. The artwork on all of these is incredible. The pop-up is incredible. It's not just cool because it's a pop-up. Like, it's cool that they did that for the Godzilla thing. But this director is specifically known for his use of literal paper cutouts and other kinds of cutouts in his film. Like, he'll have layers going in front of things in a lot of his movies, especially the second one, because there's this underwater scene. There's a lot of underwater scenes because he's doing the Jules Verne submarine, as you can see right there. And he uses a lot of paper cutouts and a lot of different media to get things done. Like in this first movie, you can see the mammoth is an actual stuffed mammoth, but then there's also stop motion and other scenes. Like, he's a really mixed media director. It's really cool. The back of it has this really cool quote from him working on the Invention for Destruction. It says, "I have only one wish, to delight the eyes and heart of every child." Such a cool guy. This is another picture from Invention for Destruction, and this is the moon scene from The Fabulous Baron Munchausen. I highly recommend all three of these movies. Check out this director if you can. If you're into like Ray Harryhausen, all that old stuff, anything that's basically like adventure movies for young boys. Baron von Munchausen is like a really famous book from France, series of stories that this is, and he adapted that here. I know other people have adapted it, but I've only seen this one, and it's really good. So, highly recommend it. He has this very, very unique style. It's got a brontosaurus on the front. I didn't even show you this front part. This also has paper cutouts on it, so when you pull the disc out, you can see that those are holes. It's got this really cool collage of the brontosaurus. In the first movie, it's got the sharks. It's got Baron Munchausen's suit with the little raven on top. It's insane. This is such a cool set. It's crazy that's my number one because I didn't even know about these movies till last year, but this set made me a huge fan, and I highly recommend you check it out. It's still in print. It's not even going up on eBay yet. You can get it right now in the Barnes & Noble sale for 50% off for probably only $50. So check it out. Super cool. I highly recommend that one. That is my number one.
I remember when you got that and you sent that to me, and you sent me a video of an unboxing of it showing everything that was in it, and I just went, I've never heard of any of these movies, but I'm getting it because that is so cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. I'm glad you checked it out because I know you're gonna love those movies whenever you can get around to checking them out. But that's my number one, man. We did it.
We did it.
We did it. We finished a video.
Woo-hoo.
Took us a long time, but we finished it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was cool. I could have talked about 10 more movies with you, man. I love talking about this stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed listening to us talk about our collections. If you want any other collection type videos, if you can think of any. I know we talked about maybe doing our favorite digibooks, or we could do steelbooks. I do have steelbooks. I know I'm not the biggest fan, but if you have any other ideas, put them down in the comments below. Check out Connor on Letterboxd. He's putting amazing reviews on there pretty much every week. I always get a kick out of reading through his reviews. He watches more movies than anyone I know, I think, and he puts out great content. And keep an eye on his YouTube channel because I'm going to try to get him to start posting there again. But thanks so much for joining me, man. I had a great time with you.
Hey,
I hope you did too.
Thank you for having me. This was a total blast. I don't really get to geek out about like physical media and packaging very often.
Yeah, total geeky
But
video.
this was so fun to talk about and show this to people. Maybe show it to people who aren't familiar. I wish I had a video like this when I was first starting, when like 15, 16. So I knew what to look for,
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully you guys found this enjoyable. Hopefully you learned about something new, and hopefully I can find Volume 2 of the Ray Harryhausen set pretty soon for a good price, because that is a huge bummer. Because now I've tasted how beautiful the first one is, and I really want that second one. But anyway, we'll join you again, or I'll join you again. I'm sure I'll have Connor on. He'll be on here a lot. He's one of my good friends. So thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.